Ticker symbol O, Realty Income is back trading in the mid $50 range. Now this is just after the most recent run-up where Realty Income was trading almost in the $60 range once again. Now in this video, I'm going to go through exactly why I currently have once again been loading up on shares of ticker symbol O, Realty Income, and I'm also going to share with you the exact reasoning being why Realty Income has been selling off as of lately. Now if you personally own any shares of Realty Income, or maybe have been planning on buying any shares as of recent, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. I just finished my brand new dividend investing ebook where I share exactly how I went from zero to now over 7 figures invested, and also on how I earned more than $6,000 per month in dividends. I also finished my custom dividend tracker that you can use to track your dividend income progress on an ongoing basis. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of my dividend investing ebook and the new dividend tracker today. It's the first link in my description. So like I said in the intro, Realty Income is down around $4 or $5 now from the most recent highs of almost 60 bucks. But crazy enough, if we look back to October 30th of last year, Realty Income was trading in the mid 40s. Now, one of the main reasons on why Realty Income is trading down once again along with pretty much all the REITs is definitely, at least for the most part, because of this right here. You see, this right here is the Fed rate monitoring tool, which we can see the probability of the Federal Reserve either cutting, raising, or keeping interest rates the same, potentially during the next meetings that the Fed has. Now, about a month or so back, there was a good chance, at least being priced in, that the Fed was going to cut interest rates pretty significantly throughout maybe the middle to end of 2024. But just as of recently, because of some hotter than expected economic data, interest rates might be a little bit higher for just a little bit longer. Now, to be more specific, during the January 31st Fed meeting, which is coming up right now, it shows a 2.1% chance that interest rates are going to be between 5 and 5.25, but the majority is being priced in that interest rates are going to be 5.25 to 5.5%. But March of 2024, which is the next meeting after the January one, there's a big change, which as you see right here, interest rates have a good chance of being cut, with even a tiny percentage chance that interest rates would be cut much further to 4.75 to 5%. Now, of course, the Fed rate monitoring tool is a free tool that we can all see basically what is being priced in as far as interest rates, like I said, cuts or raises, etc. But of course, take it with a grain of salt. I've seen different meetings have crazy probabilities which then shift because of one piece of economic data, for example. But if we were to zoom out all the way till December of 2024, as of right now, which is kind of fun to see, there's a 0.4% chance that interest rates are going to be 3.25 to 3.5%, then a little bit higher chance that it's going to be 3.5 to 3.75%. But the majority is being priced in as of current, the interest rates will be around 3.75 to 4%, and this is by December of this year. So in case you're a little bit lost, what do interest rates have to do with Realty Income, and why do I think that's the majority of the reason on why Realty Income is once again slowly selling off a little bit? Well, companies like Realty Income that currently have around 13,250 real estate properties, of course, leverage debt to buy real estate and or to own real estate long term. And of course, the longer and longer interest rates stay up, money is more and more expensive to borrow, which is going to put a strain on real estate across the board. But the reality is for longer term investors that do have some years ahead of them, using me for example, I'm a 31-year-old investor that is looking to buy shares of Realty Income as of right now and hold the shares long term. I'm talking 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 plus years. So for investors like myself, and probably for investors like a lot of you guys watching this video, you definitely have some time on your side. So if you happen to think that interest rates are going to get cut towards the end of this year, and even beyond that, well, in that case, I'm betting on the fact that Realty Income stock has a good chance of trading near all-time highs within the next, say, 12 to 18 months. Not to mention, as of right now, the lower and lower that Realty Income trades, the higher and higher starting dividend yield that you can get. Now, speaking of dividend yield right now for Realty Income, because it has been trading down a little bit again, I'm loving picking up shares of Realty Income with a starting yield of around 5.5% more or less. And just for some reference, around 5 or 6 years ago when I first started buying shares of Realty Income, I was buying Realty Income in the high 60s all day, getting a starting yield of like 3.75 to 4%. So as a long-term Realty Income holder right now, I am absolutely loving grabbing shares of Realty Income with a starting yield of around 5.5%. Not to mention Realty Income has been doing some decent dividend raises as of recently, and they'll most likely, hopefully, continue to do so. Now, with investing in anything, of course, there's going to be some risks involved. And when it comes to Realty Income, obviously Realty Income is real estate. And like I mentioned a second ago, because Realty Income, like any other REIT, leverages debt, they are going to be sensitive to higher and longer than ideal interest rates. But that being said, if you look a little bit deeper into Realty Income's debt maturity schedule, it looks pretty favorable, at least from what I'm seeing so far. And the fact that Realty Income is so diversified, and has kept a very high occupancy and kept things rolling. When Realty Income was faced with similar challenges, like higher than ideal interest rates, Realty Income has done just fine. Now, what's also crazy about Realty Income is that a lot of us actually step foot in Realty Income's properties, a lot more than we probably even realize. Realty Income leases to companies like Dollar General, Walgreens, Dollar Tree, 7-Eleven, Wynn Resorts, FedEx, LA Fitness, and many, many more, just to name a few. Now, this right here is maybe one of the most bullish aspects of Realty Income, in my opinion. It's the fact that the property diversification type is made up of mostly retail. Now, especially knowing the type of tenants that Realty Income leases to. These are tenants, these are businesses that are going to be around, whether the economy is good, whether it's bad. It doesn't get much better than leasing out your properties to recession-proof businesses. So Realty Income's share price does have the potential to really move up as we've seen historically. For a lot of long-term dividend growth investors, they're buying Realty Income at least partially because of the dividend. And if you look at Realty Income's dividends paid on the max time frame, I started buying my first few shares of Realty Income in around 2018. And during this time, Realty Income was paying just around 20 or 21 cents per share. Now fast forward just a few years later, Realty Income is paying almost 26 cents per share every single month. And what's great about this is as Realty Income has continued to play on the offense and continue to acquire more and more high quality real estate, and then of course from there collect rent on a monthly basis, the investors of ticker symbol O have also been rewarded with bigger and bigger payouts on a monthly basis pretty much every quarter or so historically. Now lastly, I thought it'd be kind of fun to look at this stock analysis, talking about where some of the analysts think Realty Income is going to be trading within the next 12 months or so. Now keep in mind, like I said a minute ago, I am a long-term dividend growth investor, so 12 months doesn't really mean all that much to me. 12 months is just a tiny blip in time. I'm looking to buy different stocks and ETFs and hold them for years at this point. I really don't care all that much what even happens within a 12-month time frame. But still, that being said, it says 13 analysts when it comes to Realty Income within a 12-month forecast have an average target of Realty Income stock at $62.92 per share. Now, with low estimates being around 48 and highs being around 74, the average target is around 13% higher than where Realty Income is currently trading at as of right now. Now, I also think it's important to mention that a lot of investors aren't even buying into Realty Income stock just to get price return off the actual share price. If you want to see some massive price return over the next 12 months, there probably might even be much better options than that of Realty Income. But for the investors like myself that want to buy into a high quality asset, get paid dividends on a monthly basis, get paid more and more in dividends over time, and on top of that have the potential for some massive price return longer term into the future when we hold the stock for years and years, Realty Income trading in the mid-50s is still a buying opportunity in my book. And I have personally been taking full advantage of that, buying Realty Income very, very consistently so far this year. But when it comes to ticker symbol O, Realty Income stock, I want to hear from you guys down below. Are you currently grabbing more shares of Realty Income in early 2024 like I have been doing? Well, Realty Income is trading at this range in the mid-50s, or are you holding out and waiting to get Realty Income hopefully for a little bit cheaper? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.